Hi, intermediate clarinets. Can you believe it? This is our last clarinet video for the year, and you've done a wonderful job, and I can't wait to see you next year in band. And Sophia, you're moving on, and you're going to do great in advanced band. It's going to be so great to have more than one clarinet. And Kate, great improvement this year as well, and you're going to be a great leader for the other intermediates. And Fiona, you did a great job in just increasing your skills, moving up to intermediate band through the middle of the year. So it's going to be great having you two being our leaders, and then Sophia moving on to be with the advanced band. You've earned it. And today we're going to work on these. So let's turn to page 40. We are going to start with number 3, and number 3 is just basically to help us with our fingers to stay even. And so when we do a technique practice like this, I like to slap my fingers on the keys, and that helps me to feel every note going by and to stay very, very even. So it's going to be a little quick. So I'm going to move my metronome to maybe 88, give you a little challenge, and we're gonna slap our fingers and sing the notes at the same time, okay? So there's our first note, and let's see if I can sing on the fly too. 1, 2, ready, go. C, D, C, D, C, B, C, B, C, D, C, E, C. C, D, C, E, C, F, C, G, C, F, C, E, C. C, D, F, E, G, F, D, E, C, D, F, E, C. C, E, D, F, E, G, F, D, C, E, D, F, G, E, C. Did you do that? If you couldn't do it that fast, don't worry. All right, now let's just do air and slap your keys. 1, 2, ready, beginning. Third line. Hopefully you could stay with me, and it was easy to hear. All right, let's start at the beginning now. And if you can't play it as fast as me, go ahead and stop, practice, speed it up slowly until you can play it. Here we go. 1, 2, ready, and... How'd you do? When you slap the keys, it helps you to be more even. And of course, you want to get away from slapping the keys whenever you're doing something lyrical, slow, beautiful. All right, let's go to the next one, number 45. Jump down to the bottom of the page, and it's fingering. So we're going to be going to this one right here below the C sharp, G sharp fingering, and right above all those long keys. Okay, so that's your alternate C fingering. And look at your, I'm going to move the metronome down a little bit. Look at your key signature. And we've got B flat and E flat. So we're in the key of E flat. All right, so think again about, drop my metronome. Think again about playing very evenly with your fingers, but smoothly instead of slapping the keys. And remember also there's an E flat in there, so there's the E flat. All right, here we go. 1 and 2 and ready, go. Okay, so again, that's a little more challenging, but play it slow and build up to the tempo that we just did, and you'll be great. Okay, 97. 97 is, see if you can find it before me, page 24. Okay, blazin'. Now, if you look at this, you'll see it gives you two different kinds of time signatures, which is not very, which is unusual. So it says 4/4 or what? Cut time. So cut time again means a fast 4. So they're saying you can think about it as in 2, 1 and 2, 1 1 and a 2, 1 and a 2 and a 1 and a 2. Or you can think about it as 1 2 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? And I think today, obviously, we want to go a little slower, so we'll take it a little bit slower and we'll think about it as in 4/4 time. So, and it says moderato, which is 100. So this is going to be our fast 4. Now, there's a question sometimes about what if it says moderato, and we know moderato is 100, but what if it means, how can that mean cut time is moderato, that speed, 1, 1 and 2, or does that mean 1 and 2, 1 and a 2? So I think in general, we have to be thinking about it as a medium tempo, whether we're in cut time or not. So something that's not super slow. So sorry to not give you an exact answer. Okay, we're in the key of F. That means we have 1 flat, B flat. So looking at all your B flats in there. And again, we're going to do it kind of slow. Okay, let's just finger it first. 1, 2, ready, go. 1 2 3 4, 1 and 2 and 3 4, 1 and 2 and 1, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 1 2 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, here we go. Let's play it. And look at your slurs. Make sure you're tonguing all the right spots. 1 2, ready. That's kind of fun. Now, before we move on, there's a little arrow at the bottom. Did you notice? And it says name the interval between the first and second notes. So let's go to the first measure between F and A. What is that interval? If you said a third, that's right. So look at how it goes from a line to a line. And F has 3 ledger lines and A has 2 ledger lines. So we're going from 3 ledger lines to 2 ledger lines, meaning that we have jumped up from one line to the immediate next line, and that's always a third. Okay, and then same concept, A to C, what is that interval? A third again, because you see we have 2 ledger lines, and then we go up to 1 ledger line. So we must be jumping from 1 ledger line to the one that's right next to it. So that's a third as well. Let's look at the second measure, B flat to A. Now you have something that's under the ledger line, the B flat, and then you have the A, which is on the second one. So because it goes from a space to a line, and they're right next to each other, we know that's a second. Okay? Good. That's about it. Those are most of our intervals for that one. Let's jump to American Patrol, number 98. My favorite when I was your age. This was one of my favorite ones. It's a fun, fun one to play. Now, it's a little tricky, so we're going to say the rhythms right now. And we're going to say T, T, ticka, ticka. Okay? Let's go about this fast. Ready, go. T, T, ticka, ticka, T, T, ticka, ticka, T, 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 Tom. T, T, ticka, T, 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 ticka, T, 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 Tom. T. Now where do we go? Beginning, DC all coda, we go back to the head. And then we say it again. Now, when I get to the words to coda, then I'm going to skip down to coda. Okay? So let's go back to the beginning now, and we're going to go all the way to the words to coda, and then we're going to skip to the bottom where it says coda. Beginning, ready, go. T, T, ticka, ticka, T, T, ticka, ticka, T, 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 T. Here's the coda. Tom. T, 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 ticka, T, T, 2. Really fun. Okay, you got a lot of dynamics in here. And The change is from mezzo piano in the beginning to a forte, and then all of a sudden it backs down to mezzo piano again. So most of the song is in mezzo piano, medium soft, except for a couple of short bursts. And you see that in the crescendo, and then it jumps down to the same C at the coda as it did earlier at the end of the crescendo, where it went to C. Okay? Moderato. So again, we're going to have about 100. And, ooh, I'm going to think about it a little slower for you guys. This is a little bit more andante right now, but you can move it up when you're better at it. Okay, and then 2/4 time, 2 beats per measure. Okay, here we go. Remember your B flats. And 1, 2, ready, and... How'd you do? Was that one hard? Okay, well, keep practicing. Hey, a little note about practicing through the summer. Make sure that you are just going back to your horn in a consistent fashion. No, we're not going to be doing 100 minutes per week, but please don't take weeks and weeks off your instrument. Try to do it every few days, every couple of days. If you're not doing 100 minutes a week, 50 minutes a week is perfectly reasonable. So just keep your embouchure going so that when you get to the beginning of the school year, you're not thinking, oh my gosh, what is this thing I'm holding and how do my hands go? And that'll help you stay sane. And it'll also just help the band to sound good too. Also, if you want to have lessons with me, whether it be FaceTime or Zoom or whatever, if we need to do that, we will. Go ahead and give me a call. Have your parents give me a call. Lessons are a great way to stay focused, and I can give you some fun stuff to do for the summer. Okay, you did a great job this year. I sure look forward to seeing you next year in the fall. Take care.